All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. So, obviously, topics of conversation are convention. And I said, I'm going to go over some stuff I went on my team call last night. But something I said to them, I was like, this is the problem. If you go to convention and if you don't go to convention, if you go to convention, you're like, I don't even know what to talk about because there's so many good things. We could have like week-long Zooms trying to get it all out. And if you don't go to convention, there's no possible way for me to give you all of the goodness and leave such the impact that we had. It's just amazing. So I'm just going to talk about a couple things that really stuck out to me. And we were talking about on our team call last night, and we were just like super fired up about. But one of the things was Jessica Heffley had talked about 10xing your business, and she had everybody in the audience write down like a goal, write down your monetary goal, write down your point goal, whatever it might be, and kind of really filter through all of the thoughts around that, good, bad, and different, write them down, but then 10x that. So let's say your goal was to make $1,000 a month, and 10x that, $10,000 a month. And what does that do for you? And so for me, it was the thought of when you have somebody new come in and they're not really sure about what they can accomplish, and you're like, okay, what's your goal for the month? And they're like, just want to sign up 2 people. And you're like, okay. And they sign up 1. And they're like, well, I did 50%. Like, that's great. I signed up 1 person. I did it. And they feel really good about it. And yet we are very proud of them, right? By picking such a small goal, they play to that goal, right? If they were to say, I want to sign up 6, 7, 8 people, and you're like, awesome. They're like, I don't know if I can do it, but that's my goal. They're now going to sign up 4 or 5, right? It's stretching them farther than they thought, and it's going to get them farther than they thought they could. So that is something that we need to be doing in our business, and not playing small, because we're going to play to the goal. Okay. I know it's been rough. So if you have a point goal of, let's say, or adding VIP goal of 6, you're going to push yourself harder to get to 6. You're going to do more. You're going to be more creative. You're going to think outside the box. Then if your goal is 2, right? Because you're going to be like, well, I'm halfway there. I did it. Same reason why you set goals for month over month, and like you don't hit your goal this month. Don't shrink the goal next month. Don't play back down to yourself. Accelerate, push yourself further. So that was something that really stuck out to me, is always 10xing ourselves to push ourselves further, to really stretch ourselves to see what we are capable of. Another thing was, and we were using this analogy last night, and I'll share it with you guys too. It's kind of funny. But something that really stuck out to me listening to the Jewel speakers and the diamonds is getting all in on your business. I mean, like all in. Mind, heart, feet, everything. And Jill Renfro did, if you haven't seen it on YouTube, you should look up her Jewel talk that she did. And it was mind-blowing. And we all know, if you know her, she shoots straight, no sugarcoating, which I absolutely love. And it was like, turn your finger around. You are the reason you're not where you are. I don't care what your team is doing. I don't care what corporate did or didn't do. I don't care what the incentives are. I don't care what the products are. I don't care. She's like, you are the reason you are not where you are. End of story, period. And it was such a there was so much conviction in her voice, because she was speaking as someone who has been there, someone who has backslid, somebody who lost a ton of points and had to really kind of start over her Jewel journey and do all of these things. And she's like, I take ownership of it all. It is me. And that is something that spoke really, really loud to me, that I personally have sat back and I thought a lot over convention and processed a lot of things mentally about how I'm getting emotionally caught up in my team and not in the like, empathetic leader sense, almost in the pity party sense of like, well, this one's got this going on and this one's got that going on. And if this one would just, and if I could squeak out 150 points from her, and if I could just get her to see that I'm working with her people, and if I could, and it's so much just like, okay, well, when all of these things fall in line, then miraculous things are going to happen. And I'm like, I'm calling, this is what I'm calling. And so funny, guys, before I started recording it, Michael said he felt like a bonfire has been lit at this convention. And it's so funny he says that, because I said, I'm tired of flicking a Bic at people, hoping they catch fire. I'm tired of flicking this Bic, hoping something starts. Hey, I'm working with your team. Hey, did you see so-and-so post? They're doing, and they're just, I'm like, are you seeing the lighter? Right? I'm so tired of doing that. I said I should just taproot teams. Okay. And this isn't people that just quit, right? Everybody goes through a season. This is the people that have life happening and they've taken a step back and their mindset's not right. And you're just like, trying to pull these people along, right? I said, I'm spending so much time emotionally drained flicking this Bic for people when I could just simply turn around, pick up the jug of gas and dump it on the little flame that is there and ignite that bonfire. I'm wasting so much time hoping they see this, hoping they get back in. Listen, I'm just going to go pour gas on the little flames that are over here, all those little fires that are on your team. I'm going to go pour gas on them. When you're ready, we'll be over here. And really just allowing that leadership in me of like, this is my business. The only person that's going to turn this thing around is me. No one else. And really taking that seriously and deeply, and being like, you know what? There is people with little fires that want to work, and I'm trying to get their leaders to see the fire. I'm just going to go tend to the fire myself. And when you're ready, let's go. We'll have a party around the bonfire. But owning up that this is on me. This is on me. And I told my team, I'm like, listen, ain't nobody shutting doors. Ain't nobody unfriending. Ain't nobody going to stop talking to you. I love you. We're still friends. We're going to still talk. We're going to do the things. But like, we're talking business. Like, we're getting into it. This is my business. This is my livelihood. This is your business. This is your livelihood. It's on you. Because when you have that mentality and you're fired up and you're excited and you're willing to take ownership of the good, the bad, the ugly, your team is going to do the same. They're going to follow suit. They're going to see, wow, if I start showing up like this, like if I start putting my excuses on the back burner and I start making it a priority, it is normal. It becomes normal. Right? And this is not just like, I have to work 12 hours a day, 15 hours a day. I've got to do all this crazy stuff to build my business. No, but here's the other thing I was sharing with my team. Here's the other thing. It is really cute to say, I want to be a Joel. I want to drive a Lexus. I want to go on an Alaskan cruise. I want to make 6 figures. I want to be on stage. Okay, guess what? It's going to require hard work. Hard work. Excuses are not going to get you there. Doing the fun, happy stuff ain't going to get you there. Those diamonds stood on that stage because they've been through hard. And like, trying to think who said you're hard. I don't remember who it was, but I think it was Christina and Brittany. Your heart is not my heart and my heart is not your heart and it never will be. And that's okay. I don't need to understand your heart. You don't need to understand my heart. But what we do need to do is be willing to go through the hard. Iron Cowboy. Yes, that's right. Yes, thank you. That we need to be willing to go through that hard and do the things to get to the other side. we're working through Financial Peace University, and there was a girl that was talking about really having discipline to do things when you need to. There's a difference when there's an emotional connection to your why and to your reasons, because if something comes up, you will move heaven and earth to do what you need to do. And her example was, if somebody told me my kid was sick and there was a medicine that would help him, it was $5,000. And she's like, I don't have $5,000. She said, but if they told me this medicine was going to help my kid and I needed it in two days, she said, I would have $5,000 in 2 days cash, because I'm going to do whatever I have to do to save my kid's life. I'm going to just put every excuse aside. I'm going to get down and do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know about you guys. Everything I listen to, watch, it literally could be on Netflix. It could be in a movie. It could be on the radio. Everything I hear always translate into my Plexus business all the time. So she's talking about this and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I willing to do? You're setting timers off on my watch. What am I willing to do to get to where I want to be? What am I willing to do to make a 6-figure paycheck? And let me tell you guys, I said this last night. Okay, my husband works super, super, super hard, like physically hard. He makes very, very good money. Okay. I also make very, very, very good money, and I do not work anywhere near as physical as he does. And sometimes I feel guilty about it because I'm like, y'all, this just is not fair. Like, he is out in 103 degree. He busting his rear, and I'm like, you're sitting talking to a Zoom, right? My heart ain't his heart. Okay. But it's going to require work for you to get here. You're going to have to go through your hard to be that jewel, to make that money, to go on those trips. But y'all, it is worth it. It is worth it stepping into that leadership and owning the stuff, owning the excuses, pushing them aside, and being willing to say, this is mine. This is my business. This is my baby. I'm going to be the one that rights this ship and moves it forward. And when you start making that change in your heart and you have that burning, I don't know, I remember when I started, and it was just like, it was obsession, right? Plexus fixed everything for everybody, everywhere. Like, you asked me, what about, I'm like, oh, Plexus can help with that. Plexus can help with that. Everything. My birthday cakes were pink. Like, it was everything. And that is the mindset that we have to have. These products are going to help people. We already know that. This business opportunity is going to change people's lives if they let it. We already know that. We are not the same people that started this. You are different. You have gone through personal growth and mindset. You've gone through the hard things. You come out the other side. But guess what? You're not done. And the bigger your business gets, I feel like that ownership becomes more. Take ownership of it. You cannot, get to diamond and double diamond and all these things and just take credit for all of the success. You got to own the crud. Like, this is not working. Last month was a bad month. Your first question is, what did I do? Not so-and-so had a crisis, and this one had a crisis, and this one got sick, and that one was on vacation, y'all. And I've done that. I've said it. I've said, well, every time, I've literally have said this out of my mouth. Every time we try to go for a rank up, all hell breaks loose and everybody disappears and I'm all by myself. The only thing I can control anyway is myself. So may as well be by myself. Like, why do we let those things creep in? And they create stories of, well, if she would just, and he would just, and they would just, and we like, well, no, this is my business. Go find somebody else. Go work with somebody else. Go raise somebody up. Find a level 2, find a level 3, get to work. I'm falling asleep again. Get to work. Take ownership. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. So the example that we were using last night. So my dad is a retired steer wrestler. He used to steer wrestle in the rodeo. And when we started, there was always this joke about, we'd say, Dad, get on the flatbed truck, get on the back of the flatbed truck. We're going to drive down the road about 25 miles an hour. And the first mailbox you see, hug it, like, get off. because that's what's happening when you're steer wrestling, right? Jumping off a perfectly good horse, going way too fast to tackle a steer. So we used to joke about it. So last night we were talking, I said, Paige had said to me when we were at convention, she's like, this bus is moving. The bus is moving and you're getting on or you're getting off. We're doing it. And I said, exactly. I said, the bus is slowing down. My bus is moving. You're on my bus. Great. If you don't want to be on my bus, grab the first mailbox because I'm not stopping for you to get off. You don't want to go. You don't want to run. This is not your season. Grab the first mailbox. There we go. You want to get on, you better jump on because we're not slowing down. And as the leader, that is the mindset that you have to have, that like, listen, you can jump. I'll reach out and grab you, jump, get on, let's go. I'm not slowing down because you have a crisis. I'm not slowing down because it's not your season. Y'all, you can love and support your teams through seasons, through crisis, through hiccups, through fall off, without slowing yourself down. And that was a huge misconception that I had. We talk about momentum and we talk about energy. I don't have to slow down because things are wobbly for you. And I think that's where the inconsistencies come. We've heard Christina Williams talk about being the thermostat instead of the thermometer. You be the thermostat for your team. You set the temperature. If you were the thermometer for your team, think about how that works. Up and down all the time, inconsistent. What's the weather today? My kids Emmett's still like, Mom, is it cold today or is it hot today? I'm like, buddy, it is stinking summer. It's going to be hot for the next couple months. But are you the thermometer? Are you up and down and this and that, and this and that? Or are you the thermostat? The bus is moving. You want off, you better grab a mailbox. You want on, you better jump. This is the rate at which we do stuff. This is the energy. This is the momentum. This is where we're at. This is where we get on. Yes, Kim is jumping. Grab a hand, sister. Grab a hand. Because if we are not, and we're brake checking that bus for somebody to get off, it's somebody to get on, it's somebody to get, dear Lord, we're all going to be car sick and not happy. Like, we are driving. We are going. Be the thermostat, set the temperature, set the speed, and go. That is a great way to raise your team up as well. Because they're going to be like, my gosh, like Michael is just all in these days. He ain't letting off for nothing. Like, he came back from, he's not flicking that bick at people. He's like, we got a bonfire over here. Like, you can come if you want. But we're not trying to start these little tiny fires. Just grab the gas and dump it on. Let's go. It's over here. So I want you guys really to just find that passion deep inside of you, that joy, that giddiness, that we have the best thing since sliced bread. And there's no shame around it. There's no shame around what we do. What we do is way more normal now than it was 10 years ago. Right? And it's how we let our minds convince us of these things. How are you perceiving your business? Are you taking it seriously? Are you setting boundaries? Are you like, I don't care what anybody else has going on. This is it. Yes, go for the cash. Go for the Ray-Bans. Set yourselves up, y'all. You should be talking to your teams now about the Leaders Retreat Cruise. Have everybody sign up for this month, next month, and August. Don't be reactive. You know that there's a Leaders Retreat coming. Start getting those retention credits in next month and in August. Okay, it's going to run September to December. So now you've got people that need Christmas money. I just got off a call this morning at 9:30. I literally told the girl, I'm like, listen, Christmas is coming. It's 6 months away as of yesterday. And I want Princess to pay for your whole entire Christmas. She's like, yeah, me too. I'm like, okay then. Okay then. Start now. Don't wait until October to be like, I really needed to pay for Christmas. Start now. Start now. So light that fire. Get excited. Be passionate, draw the line in the sand, grab the gasoline, throw the lighter down, and just raise your team up. Start driving that bus, start accelerating speed, and don't stop for nobody. Don't stop. They will you will raise your team up. They're going to see a difference in your commitment, in your consistency, and that's going to change your team. That's going to change your business. So thanks for jumping on, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. We will see you. We have call tomorrow, but remember, we're taking July off. So bye, guys. Have a good day.